The story is only for the entertainment purpose. The characters, places and incidents that are shown are all imaginary and has nothing to do with the reality. It's solely from my imagination. I don't own any picture. It's just a fan fiction, so treat it as one. Thank you. Don't raise your voice ever again in front of me, or I can't guarantee where you'll end up next time. I said, holding her close to me while she was breathing heavily. She was scared, I could see. I left from there. I came to my room and started throwing everything which came in front of me. I try hard not to get angry at her, but end up getting angry. She's a feisty one. I was regretting her without her consent, which she would never give. It's not like I'm dying to. I groaned and again started throwing things. Mom, Dad, what you guys do with me? I swear after the period is complete, I would make her go somewhere where she won't be able to ever cross her path with me. I was just doing it for her safety. She is married to me now. What if someone tries to hurt her? Do you care? My subconscious said. Of course I don't care as a husband, but as a human I care. Did you ever treat her as a human? My subconscious again scolded me. Shut up. I was unable to move. After lots of struggle, I went into my room with wobbly legs. I hate him so much. I flinched when I heard the sound of breaking things and his growls. Why does he mean that I'll end up somewhere? What will he do? My body was still shivering. Who said I'm not scared of him? I just tried not to show him my weak side, but now I'll try to avoid him as much as possible. I asked for sick leave from the office. He's really angry right now. Maybe he'll calm down after a few days. I tried to sleep but could not. On the other hand, Jungkook was also rolling on his bed. In the morning, Jungkook asked one of his guards to take care of Wyan's safety. She was shocked that he allowed her to go to office. Then why he created such a drama? With that, 3 months passed. Jungkook did not behave badly with her. She was also trying to ignore him as much as possible, but she could notice his little gestures which made her heart flutter. Like once he took her to the grocery store, he could have asked his guards. Or perhaps he was jealous that the guard he hired for me became my good friend. Nonsense. I'm thinking nonsense. Wyan thought. Then another thought came in her mind and she started blushing like a fool she is. Once she got her and had bad. He called the doctor, making her embarrassed. Not only that, he bought her snacks and himself and made dinner for both of them. Am I falling for him? Again nonsense. It's all nonsense. I hate him. I know, you don't have to say that loud. Our feelings are mutual. He flinched and was about to fall from the chair when he held her. He was standing behind her, observing her for a few minutes. She sat straight and gulped. He sat on his chair and started eating breakfast. Her eyes widened. Why, I can't sit here? He sat looking at her. Am I dreaming? She thought. No, you are not. Her eyes widened more. What the? Is he a mind reader? Stop early in the morning. Sometimes I think, how can I stop you from? He started munching his food while Wyan was still shocked. Close your mouth and start eating. She gulped and looked down toward her plate. Why are you here? He was internally finding her cute. Why, I can't? It's my house. I mean, you never eat with me. She was still looking down, afraid of him. She was afraid of his anger. She still can't forget how he was ready to the guard when she went out without him. Thank God I came on the right time. She saved him, but no one was there to save her. He yelled at her and scolded her badly. But she was not afraid of that. She was afraid of the which was in his hand. If he could, his trusted guard of years, then who am I? We are not more than any strangers. I don't know. I didn't want to eat alone, and from now on, I'm gonna eat with you. I don't like eating alone. She was playing with chopsticks, remembering his words. But you said that can't you leave that for now? She stood up. I'm sorry, I lost my appetite. She walked away. She wasn't wrong. He treated her as if she was hungry for money. He called her, and even he never treated her as human. He was regretting it. After living with her, he found out that she was never like that. She always paid him back whatever he bought for her. Even when he refused, she was stubborn. She never asked him for anything. After treating her like that, she still cared for him. She always made sure he ate his meals on time. She made sure to make him coffee when he's working. She made sure his room was clean when he returned home. She made sure he never slept without drinking milk. She made sure his clothes were washed, ironed, and properly placed in his cupboard. She made sure to complete his every necessity, which made him regret everything more and more. Yet he said she is doing it for money. But she did not say anything. She stopped fighting back with him, which was making him uneasy more and more. Her silence was eating him out. He was missing the old feisty Vian. After a few minutes, Vian stood in front of him. I could collect this much for now, but I'm getting a promotion soon, so I'll try to return your money soon. Jungkook felt rage consuming him. He clenched his jaw, trying to control it, but could not. He took the envelope and threw it away. What do you think you are? Stop acting like this. You could never return the money which your parents took from us. Do you think it's enough? He yelled at her, making her flinch. She started walking toward her. I said, I'm getting promotion. I will give it back. Give me some time. He caught her by her arms, making her stop in her track. Keep your money to yourself. Do you think I need it? He yelled, jerking her badly. Leave me. I leave you whenever I want. You think it is some kind of debt or a game for you that I'll leave you if you give back my money? I bought you. Do you understand? Vian could feel tears streaming down her face. She thought he changed. Stop repeating the same thing again and again. I know you bought me. That's why I'm trying to return your money and be free from this cage. He looked at her for a few minutes and left her with a jerk. Oh, so that's what you want. Why, you want to be with that so-called friend of yours? I can make him from this world. Vian was getting angry too. Vian started breathing heavily, but he thought it was because of yelling. Shut up. You know what? I'm tired of you. I'm tired of this world. She was breaking down. Jungkook felt concerned and tried to walk toward her, but she walked back. I'm tired of y'all treating me like a burden. I'm tired of my own family. I'm tired of being treated as if I'm someone. I'm tired of you treating me as I'm a. Her whole body was trembling badly. Vian, listen. I'm not a. I don't want your money. Let me prove it to you. She started to. Vian, what are you doing? She walked toward him and held his hand. Do what you want to do with me and see if I'm a or not. I said do it. Jungkook could feel his eyes getting glossy without his knowledge. He never cried, but now he was crying with her. He was looking down as she moved away back. Vian, he whispered. Why? I forgot. She sat smiling in pain with tears still flowing from her eyes. Jungkook took his coat from chair and tried to cover her with it, but she moved away. She was moving away when she started feeling dizzy. She blinked many times to clear her vision but failed. She felt her body getting numb. Jungkook rushed toward her. He tapped her face, but it was useless. He carried her to her room. He immediately called his family doctor. He arrived after 20 minutes. He was shocked when he saw Jungkook in tears. The doctor treated her and attached IV drip to her. He walked out of the room and Jungkook rushed toward him. How is she? The doctor sighed. She fainted because of weakness. I think she was skipping meals. She was taking so much stress and Jungkook was getting uneasy. And what? Did you know she is suffering for months? Jungkook's eyes widened with shock. What? Wasn't she showing any signs? The doctor asked. Like, his voice was trembling, like suddenly becoming angry, shouting, and then becoming totally silent or sleeping a lot. She became silent, but I don't know about sleeping because I used to return home late. The doctor nodded. What about other symptoms, like getting lost in thoughts oblivious of the world, losing appetite, getting emotional, or fainting? I was feeling lost. She recently became silent. It's been 1 month. She fainted for the first time in front of me. He was getting more concerned after looking at doctor's expressions. It means her condition is getting bad. Bring her to hospital tomorrow. Is it really bad? I don't know. She needs to get checked by the psychiatrist. My body was numbing with time. After that, doctor left. I walked toward her, sitting near her on the bed. She was looking so pale. She didn't have breakfast, so I decided to make porridge for her. After 3 hours, she woke up. She felt heavy on her hand. She looked toward it and saw Jungkook was sleeping on her hand with a little pout. I wish we could have lived as normal and happy couple without caring about anything. Money is really... She caressed his hairs with her other hand. I hate my parents for doing this to me. They ruined my life, and I could not live happily even after leaving them. I thought I was finally free from them, but they even ruined my marriage life. I don't want your money. She again started crying. Jungkook, who was pretending to be asleep, panicked. He immediately stood up and cupped her cheeks. Hey, stop. Don't cry. I'm sorry for everything. He hugged her. She tried to protest, but he didn't let her. She could not push him as she was weak. After a few minutes, she stopped crying. Jungkook broke the hug and again cupped her cheeks. I made porridge for you. Let's eat that. Jungkook fed her and she silently ate it without protest. She again became silent. After that, Jungkook took care of her. Her medication started and Jungkook tried his best to make her forgive him. She said she forgave him, but he knew she did not. He tried his best to make her happy. He started bringing her out, going on little dates, giving her little gifts, and spending time with her. He asked her to shift in his room, but she refused. So he moved into her room. But he used to sleep on the sofa as she didn't allow. He used to secretly sneak onto her bed daily to cuddle with her and wake up before her to not let her notice it. But she knew. He always slept while continuously pecking her forehead and saying sorry. She decided to give him a second chance as everyone deserves a second chance. They were having dinner and Jungkook was busy filling Ryan's plate. Jungkook. His face lightened up as it was the first time in 2 months that she had spoken to him. He looked toward her with glossy eyes. Yes, he fell for her hardly. Do you really want me to stay with you? He put his chopsticks down, giving her his full attention. I'm sorry, I really want to live with you as a normal and happy couple. Give me a chance. Tears fell from his eyes. I really want you to stay. I won't stop you now, but I don't want you to go, please. I really love you. It took me time to realize, but I do. Forgive me. He was looking down, crying. Ryan cupped his face and made him look toward her. He closed his eyes. He held her hand. It will take time to fully trust you, but I'll give you a chance as I have no one with me. I'm all alone. He immediately wiped tears from her eyes. You are not alone. You have me and I have you. Trust me, I'll never hurt you again. Thanks for giving me a chance. Thank you so much. He immediately hugged her, catching her off guard, but she hugged him back. I never wanted your money. Jungkook closed his eyes, feeling guilty, tightening his hold around her. Please don't say that. I'm ashamed of myself. I was so arrogant that I thought money was everything, but you made me realize what is love. I'm sorry. I'm really sorry. I will never hurt you again. I love you so much. He kept repeating the same thing. Both were sobbing in each other's embrace. Few days passed. Jungkook was treating Ryan like a queen. He used to come back early to spend time with her, bring her flowers, chocolates, and little gifts. Ryan started trusting him, but she was still afraid. What if it's a dream? This was the only thought which kept wandering in her mind. It was hard for her to trust anyone after being betrayed by her own family. It was evening. She was making dinner. She was worried as she slept and woke up late. It was almost the time of Jungkook's arrival. She was busy in making dinner when someone hugged her from behind. She flinched. Hey, it's me. Jungkook said, rubbing her to calm her down. I was so immersed in making dinner that I didn't notice you coming. That's why I got a little scared. Jungkook stared at her, knowing it was partially true. He knew her family used to. He smiled, looking at her. What are you making? I'm so hungry. She looked tensed. Sorry, I slept and woke up late, so dinner is not ready yet. Give me 20 minutes and I'll make it really quick. It's okay. Don't worry. I'll wait. Ryan's face was relieved after hearing him. She forgot it was not her mother who used to her even for a little mistake. Go and freshen up, and walked away. She was blushing hard. She continued making dinner while smiling ear to ear. She placed everything on dining table. Until then, Jungkook came while wearing black sweats and shirts, looking breathtaking. She looked away when he sat on the chair. I'm all yours. No need to stare at me secretly. He thrust through her body, making her blush hard. Jungkook chuckled and he held her hand and made her sit on the chair. They were having dinner when Ryan spoke. Jungkook. He hummed in response. How did you know my family? Jungkook looked at her while she was playing with her chopsticks. He could see she was nervous. I wanted to ask you this from a long time. You said you were up. Then why my father know you? Jungkook stopped eating and looked at her. Seems like you don't know. Your father is the right-hand man of my father. She immediately looked at him shocked. It means he's also dangerous too? He chuckled at her cuteness. He's not. He just worked under my father, kind of assistant. Did you know your father lost his job years ago? Her expressions changed. It was the day when I was born. Jungkook saw her looking down. He guessed it was the beginning of her misery. He came to know about my father. He came to him asking for help. They made some kind of deal and my father hired him. Since then, he was working for my father. That deal was me, I guess. A lone tear fell from her eye, which she quickly wiped, but Jungkook noticed it. He cupped her cheeks, making her look at him. But everything worked out, right? She smiled at him and he kissed her cheek. And I'm not some dangerous. I am dangerous but not like those fictional ones. We never hurt innocent people. We deal with imports and stuff. As you know, government is the real, restricting everything and charging unnecessary taxes. She nodded and started eating her food. Jungkook, you said my father was working for your father. What do you mean? Is he not working for you anymore? Jungkook also started munching his food. I fired him. My father retired and now I have the position. Her eyes widened. Why did you fire him? He saw concern in her eyes. Do you still care about them? She was silent. He sighed, placing his chopsticks down. Alright, I'll arrange a job for him, but I won't hire him. I'm sparing him just for you. She smiled. Jungkook, who was pretending to be tough, smiled and blushed. I think I should make you happy more often so I could receive such a reward more often. He said, making her chuckle. He smiled and continued his dinner. And that's how their life became beautiful. Sometimes giving second chance to the right person is worth it.